Get ready for the action, because we are diving straight into the Miami Grand Prix chaos. We're talking about the last lap drama as Charles Leclerc and George Russell limp home after Kimi Antonelli secured the victory. Find out what happened on that final lap and how this incredible finish changed everything for the drivers involved.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the sheer dominance of Kimi Antonelli in this race. Kimi Antonelli has absolutely crushed the competition, securing a record-breaking win and continuing his incredible streak of consecutive triumphs. We break down the frenetic start, the early incidents, and how the 19-year-old managed to overcome a sluggish start to take the checkered flag. Now let's talk about the podium battle. Oscar Piastri stormed to the podium, securing a brilliant finish behind his teammate Lando Norris, right in the thick of the action. We explore the dramatic late overtake Piastri pulled off, the frustration from Lando Norris about the race outcome, and the overall performance of the McLaren team. And finally, the full breakdown of the Miami Grand Prix victory. Kimi Antonelli clinched the win to extend his championship lead, battling fiercely with Lando Norris, and we examine how this result reshapes the title race. Don't miss the full story. Tune in now for all the details. The Miami Grand Prix concluded with a dramatic finish, as Charles Leclerc and George Russell were unable to secure the victory, while Antonelli claimed the top spot. The final moments of the race delivered high drama, with both Leclerc and Russell reportedly limping across the finish line. Sky Sports reported on the thrilling conclusion of the event, highlighting the unexpected triumph of Antonelli to win the Miami Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli secured a dramatic victory at the 2026 Formula One Miami Grand Prix, navigating a chaotic race to claim his third win of the season. The Italian driver overcame a sluggish start to emerge victorious after battling fiercely with Lando Norris to edge out Oscar Piastri. The race began with high drama. A frenetic start saw Max Verstappen spin out of second place exiting turn 1, while Lewis Hamilton and Franco Colapinto encountered the same section of track midway through the lap. Charles Leclerc initially held the lead before a three-way battle ignited involving Antonelli, who ran wide at the first corner, and Norris. A safety car was called early when Isaac Hadjar clipped the wall at turn 14, subsequently sliding out of the race just moments before contact was made with Pierre Gasly and Liam Lawson. The Alpine driver was pitched into the wall and barrel-rolled as he exited. Following the restart, Lando Norris controlled the race as the threat of impending rain created a significant strategic challenge for the teams. Through the pit sequence, Antonelli successfully regained the lead, with Norris settling into second position. Max Verstappen struggled in the latter stages, falling back due to an early stop and a long stint on the hard tires, though he fought hard. Meanwhile, Leclerc and Piastri managed to clear the Red Bull. In a final surge, the Australian made a move on Leclerc on the penultimate lap, securing the final podium spot with a spin for the Ferrari and contact with the wall, leaving him sixth on the final flag. Antonelli's win marks a historic achievement, making him the first driver in Formula One history to secure both his first 3 poles and 3 race victories in consecutive events. Oscar Piastri secured a podium finish at the Miami Grand Prix, claiming third place behind his teammate Lando Norris, following a dramatic late overtake on Charles Leclerc. The race was marked by significant performances from the young talent pool, highlighted by Kimi Antonelli's historic day. Antonelli achieved a hat-trick of race victories from pole position, marking him as the first driver to convert his first 3 poles into wins in just 7 weeks, increasing his championship lead to 20 points after 4 rounds. Antonelli demonstrated exceptional race management, regaining the lead after an initial setback, and ultimately taking control after Mercedes lost an advantage via an early pit stop. Meanwhile, Lando Norris expressed frustration regarding McLaren's lack of a victory, citing strategic issues, including being undercut by Mercedes. Piastri noted that while the conditions were tricky, the pace felt encouraging, describing his final move as a late charge. The race featured considerable on-track drama, including a safety car deployment on lap 6 following 2 incidents involving Red Bull and Alpine drivers. The event was also affected by pre-race concerns over potential thunderstorms, which ultimately did not materialize. Kimi Antonelli secured a dramatic victory at the Miami Grand Prix, extending his championship lead amidst a fierce battle with Lando Norris. The Italian driver clinched his 3rd consecutive win, solidifying his advantage over his teammate George Russell by gaining 20 points in the standings. Antonelli's momentum carried him through a challenging weekend, including securing a 3rd successive pole position and race win, marking the first Italian victory in 3 straight since Alberto Ascari in 1952. This success comes after a 5-week break for the sport due to the conflict in the Middle East. Lando Norris, despite triumphing in the Saturday sprint race, struggled to close the gap on Antonelli. While Norris re-emerged as a threat in his upgraded McLaren, he could not overtake the young Italian. Other key results included Max Verstappen finishing 5th after a first-lap spin, Oscar Piastri in 3rd, and George Russell securing 4th through late race moves. Charles Leclerc suffered a late spin that cost him 2 positions, finishing 6th ahead of Lewis Hamilton in 7th. The Sunday race saw significant on-track action. Early on, Verstappen and Antonelli locked up, with Leclerc leading briefly before Verstappen spun and dropped to 9th. Norris eventually surged past Leclerc to take the lead. Strategy and weather played crucial roles. A safety car period saw a crash involving Pierre Gasly, while the race was delayed by 3 hours due to the threat of thunderstorms. Despite the looming rain, the leaders proceeded with their planned pit stops. Antonelli successfully undercut the leader, Russell, demonstrating strong race management. As the race concluded, Lando Norris admitted that while they achieved an undercut, they should have boxed first. Antonelli continued to assert himself as a serious title contender in the face of mounting pressure from his rivals.